Hi, I'm Greg. Welcome to my audio gear review channel. Today we are going to talk about yet another affordable Class D amplifier. Affordable because it's only $99, but this one is very unique in my opinion and quite revolutionary to some extent. And it boggles my mind, why has nobody come up with such great ideas so far? So hats off to Douk Audio, and let's talk about this A5 amp. On the surface, it's yet another Chinese Class D amplifier. It's pretty tiny, although it comes with an external power supply. This brick, it's 32 volts and 5 amps. But you can hook more powerful power adapters to it, and I will talk about the power efficiency a bit later. It weighs about half a kilogram or 1 pound. It has a solid metal chassis with two knobs at the front, and on the back you have pretty tiny binding posts, speaker binding posts. They accept banana plugs, spades, and bare wires, but they are pretty tiny. One RCA input or single-ended input, and 3.5 millimeter subwoofer out. It uses a very popular TPA 3255 amp chip, so nothing new about that. It applies post-filter feedback technology, or PFFB, which means that it provides cleaner signal, less distortion, and better frequency response. The manufacturer states that the PCB is gold-plated, so it means better conductivity and thus also less distortion, higher quality signal. Chinese manufacturers have accustomed us to the fact that those amps measure great, and in this regard A5 is no exception. It has a very low noise floor of 0.002% and signal to noise ratio of above 114 dB. So it basically means it's a very clean amp. When it comes to power, with the provided 32 volts 5 amp power supply, it outputs 78 watts per channel into 4 ohms and 65 watts into 8 ohms. But as I said, you can hook up a more powerful power adapter. So with a 48 volts and 10 amps power supply, according to the manufacturer, it outputs 185 watts per channel into 8 ohms and 250 watts per channel into 4 ohms. So if it's all the same, why did I clickbait you by stating that it's my favorite of those affordable Class D amplifiers? Well, there are two reasons. The first one, I already showed you that there is an 3.5 millimeter output socket for subwoofer, and there are two knobs at the front. One is just for switching it on and off and adjusting the volume, but the other one is for filtering low frequencies, or actually filtering high frequencies, because this unit has a built-in high-pass filter, which is adjustable within the range of 30 Hertz to 200 Hertz. And it means that you can hook up a subwoofer to it and cut out lower frequencies that are sent to your main speakers. What it means is that your main speakers are now less trained by those lowest frequencies that are reproduced by your subwoofer, and can focus on the rest of the bandwidth, and they can reproduce the rest of the bandwidth with less strain, more easily, and thus more clearly. And I haven't seen such a high-pass filter that has regulated frequency in those small units so far. The second reason is that it has a lid on top of it, which is made of tinted glass, that allows you to firstly look inside and marvel at the beautiful technology applied in here. But more importantly, it allows you access to those sockets that are now empty, where the op-amps are installed. And as you can now probably guess, it allows you to easily swap those op-amps without having to unscrew the whole chassis and dismount it and then having to put it back again, which is pretty time consuming and may cause some damage in the process. I kept this manufacturer's label here, or sticker, although I hate it, and the first thing I always do when I get new gear is getting rid of those all those stickers with fancy technology names on it, etc., as well as, you know, those display cover films. But in this case, I kept it on because well, this lid is not attached in any way to the chassis, so yeah, it might get lost or damaged when you move the amp, and I move it a lot, so that's why I kept the sticker. But anyway, going back to op-amp swapping, if you don't know what op-amps are, well, they are those tiny or larger things, and they are sometimes in the form of silicon integrated circuits. Sometimes they are a bit bigger. These are called discrete op-amps that have larger PCBs and a lot of transistors, capacitors, diodes mounted on it. This one is the one that came installed in this unit by default, and it's a cheap $1 op-amp. But as I said, you can easily swap them. You don't even need any tool like pliers or something like that. I just used fingers to plug those op-amps out and put the new ones in. And the op-amps for solid state amplifiers are to some extent like tubes for tube amplifiers, meaning that they have the ability to alter the sound signature of the amplifier, make it better or just different, depending on what sound signature you like, whether you like it warmer or more detailed, more holographic, etc. You can apply different tubes, or in this case different op-amps, and change the sonic characteristics of the entire amplifier. So if you want to know more about op-amps, I have recently posted a video where I review this op-amp, which is made by Douk Audio, and compare how it influenced the sound of an amplifier I installed it in. Oh, and it also has LED lights inside, which allow you to light up the unit when it's on, and you can also change the color of the light using those tiny switches here inside. Here they are. I don't know if you can see them. Personally, I don't care too much for that. I'm not a fan of LEDs in all my gear. I turn them off as much as possible. Sometimes I even put a sticker or a piece of tape on it so it doesn't distract me, but I know some of you like the disco 80s disco effect with your stereo system, so you might like this one as well. Two more things you should know before you decide to get it is that first, it doesn't have a remote control, so the best use of this would be probably a desktop amp. And secondly, it only has one set of RCA inputs, so you can hook up only one source of music to it, like a DAC or a turntable. And if you want to have more and switch between them, you have to use a preamplifier. In my opinion, Douk Audio has nailed it with this amp by adding the ability to open it up easily and swap op amps within seconds and not hours. And I'm really surprised that nobody else has done it before. So, as I said, moving on, this will probably be my most used Class D amplifier, in at least in the coming months, until I find another interesting one, because of this. I have a few more op amps to test, and this will just make it easier to do it. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate your like and subscription. This will help me grow this channel and bring more stuff like this to you. Thank you.